It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. The key to wards is that they take time to charge. Not long, but you can't start casting with a fireball coming at you. Also, if your ward isn't negated by an incoming spell, it will recharge itself after a moment or two. Just be careful. Casting wards requires constant concentration, and you can easily find yourself drained of your magica reserves. Well, yes. This is rather embarrassing, but it seems I've misplaced something. I can't find my alembic. I suppose I could use another one, but... well, it sounds silly, but mine has sentimental value. If you happen to see it, would you mind bringing it to me? My alembic. I need it for some research and can't seem to find it. Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Mare fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Sijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Old Merry Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved.
Hello, Punisher Games. Welcome to the stream. How goes it?
Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
I love how they move like robots.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm.
What the heck?
It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
Getting ready for work, popped in to say hi. Oh, hi. Nice for you to join in the stream. Yeah, I'm going to be heading to work myself in like a few hours. So, yeah, I can relate. One moment, please.
Please, we do not have much time.
Let's see here.
I merely wish to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be... The situation here at your... I believe it is... The energy comes...
I forgot that
the
it
longer
resets
it remains,
the dialogue.
the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you... I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Thalmor see our Order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm.
Last day of work for this year. Ah, I see. Yeah, it's funny you should say that because that's the exact same way it is with me because I'm going to be going on vacation. Me and the lady. Actually, it starts tomorrow for us, but we're going to be leaving Friday and be at my folks' place for like a week. Yeah.
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already.
Excuse me.
Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
And the thing is that usually we end up leaving like a week before the time that we're actually leaving this Friday. But this year it was different due to issues with her work and my work. So we had to just kind of push it up for a week.
We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Matter of fact, her family is going to have their Christmas tomorrow evening, and we're also going to go to our church for something as well before we go to her family's Christmas, and then after that is when we leave the next day to go down to see my folks. So it's like a back-to-back kind of Christmas thing on 2 different days. Well, almost back-to-back. I think we're doing ours on Christmas Day when we used to do it on Christmas Eve for my family's situation, but that's a whole other story.
He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting close to the time. I tell you what, the days fly right by.
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Were you about to say
what is the
something?
meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, we stop time around us.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly, I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
Well, that was short, brief, and to the point. Okay.
I'm not sure what just happened, but I assure you I will get to the bottom of it.
Alright, man. You too. Have a lovely time at work. Or as lovely as you can. Thank you for dropping in.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Well, thanks for coming to me to ask for me to help out with something, and then you just don't care about what I've got to say. You, sir, are a terrible elf.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Well, I would imagine so. I mean, if you're dying, then yeah. Probably is pretty valid. Wait a minute here. Oh, I forgot to flag some of these other quests lately. Yo, agent, how's it hanging? I really wish they would have ended up putting a different color when you're actually highlighting quests. Because it's really stupid how it's just ever so slightly brighter, very slightly, for you to let you know that you've highlighted it. Ah, SSDD. Solid state Dapper Drive. Oh. What in the fart? Oh, I gotta bring all of that. One more of the Nightshade. Shoot, I just wait. Yeah, solid state disk drive. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Solid state dick diddler. There you go. Okay, well, obviously there were some other things that I did not have highlighted that I wanted to pursue at that point in time recently, but now that I have, there's that friggin' mission that I was having problems with yesterday. I have to look into that. I was talking to old Savoy about it yesterday, and I guess he wanted to help me out somehow, but I was at work because he was wondering if I could send him a screenshot of it. But I couldn't at that point in time. I'm not sure if he's done it or not. He did mention another friggin' update for Black Desert. Yeah, y'all need to do a lot of work on that. They keep updating that thing, it seems like, almost every week. He was talking about wanting to go and do another run of Skyrim again, and I said, yeah. I said, this time make a really just crazy build for a character. I really want to also create a character where I just try to go around and just slaughter everybody in all the towns, which is easier said than done, because usually I think like the guards are much more powerful than you are, but there is a point where you can get powerful enough to be able to take them all out easier.
Good. You're finally here. I've scouted the ruins and I'm certain Carlia is still inside. No, I found her horse. Don't worry, I've taken care of it.
Did you kill the horse?
She won't be using it to escape.
You're a
Let's
jerk
get
off.
moving. I want to catch her inside while she's distracted. Take the lead.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I've done it a good handful of times myself, but it's weird because it seems like I've only gotten
I'm sorry.
very
I was
far in
under
it
the impression
past
I
few
was
times.
in charge. You're leading and I'm following. Does that seem clear to you? Just make certain you keep your eyes open. Carlia is as sharp as a blade. The last thing I need is you blundering into a trap and warning her that we're here.
Because the first time I couldn't finish it on PS3 because of the save files being too big and crashing the game, and no matter how many times I patched it, it never worked. Then I started playing it some on PC and just fell out of that, and then started playing it on PS4, and I told myself, okay, now's going to be the time where I'm going to actually make this happen. Make it happen, Captain!
I have a long-standing arrangement with the Dark Brotherhood. If I need someone in the guild taken care of, we do it ourselves. We both agree it's best to keep these matters in-house.
And I don't even remember where I last left off when it came to the PS3 version, because you're all over the place. Really, if you choose to go all over the place when it comes to quests, whether it be the main story or side quests, because the main chunk of the whole game is pretty much side quests. Because the main story in and of itself is short compared to everything else in the game of all the other stories to get involved in.
She was a stubborn Dunmer. Always had to do everything her way. But she was also the best, bringing in more coin a month than some thieves heist in a year. Gallus trusted her too much and let her get too close.
Night City Police spawning behind me. Yeah, no kidding, dude.
If you want to call it that, yes. Me? I think she was softening him for the kill. Gallus would call her his little nightingale. He was absolutely smitten by her. Greed? Jealousy? Spite? Who can say what drove her to such an iniquitous act? One thing's certain, I intend to find out before she draws her last breath.
Can we get out of the snow, dude?
25 years ago, I was standing outside these very same ruins. Gallus told me to meet here, but he wouldn't say why. When I arrived, Gallus stepped from the shadows. Before he uttered a sound, an arrow pierced his throat. Before I could even draw my blade, her second arrow found its mark in my chest.
What mission was it?
Carlia was a master marksman, and her greatest weapon was the element of surprise. I was lucky. She missed my heart by mere inches.
That sounds
I staggered
troublesome.
away from the ruins, and my vision began to blur. It's then that I realized the bitch had poisoned her arrows. The last thing I saw was Carlia dumping his body into an opening atop the ruins. An unceremonious end for a remarkable man. To this day, I've regretted allowing her to escape, even if it meant I had died trying. I owed Gallus that much. the guild was thrown into disarray. Several stepped up and tried to claim Gallus's former position as guildmaster. Sides quickly formed behind these men, and the Ratway became a bloodbath. I saw what they did to Gallus. I wanted to use the guild's resources to hunt down Carlia. The others didn't even care he was gone. Fortunately, I persevered, and the other groups were either killed or they left Skyrim. The infighting had taken months to subside, which gave her time to go into hiding and carefully cover her tracks. I spent thousands of septum and used every contact at my disposal. But it was as if she had simply vanished. Like I said before, she was the best.
Let's see.
You see Carlia, don't hesitate. Kill her.
Yeah, well, I'm doing the one that's actually leading. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a conversation that's going to break out between her and I before that ends up happening. And if I'm not mistaken... dude, I need a key to get in here.
What? What is it?
I need a key to get in here.
Carlia, don't hesitate. Kill her.
Like, where in the world...
They say that these ancient Nordic burial mounds are sometimes impenetrable. This one doesn't look too difficult. Quite simple, really. I don't know what the fuss is about these locks.
Maybe you should have got there before I went up there.
Know-how, not a lot of skill.
Thanks a lot, Bethesda.
That should do it.
I'm over here trying to look for the key that somebody had left out in the front door. And you're like, oh, I could just pick it. Your PC crashed. What the piss? Well, there's a mission you probably don't want to bother with. If I'm not mistaken, I think I may have already been through here unless it's repopulated itself.
This place smells of death. Be on your guard.
I don't think that I've actually done this particular mission. I don't recall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I probably am not going to really have to worry about too much opposition besides seeing what's going on with her.
Something's near.
Never mind, I'm wrong. Unless this is just a whole new branch of enemies that will pop out when doing this particular quest. Oh, that locked me in there, huh? Maybe you need to do like you said before. Sometimes you just need to do a complete wipe to get it back up and starting properly. Back up everything kind of deal.
Pull the chain over there and watch out for the spikes. Looks like Carlia reset all of the traps.
Well, that isn't of any surprise. Oh, yeah. Jeez. In a way, it kind of feels like it's a lot of work to deal with. Dude, I hope you don't get in my way. Because I know how it is with these followers. They'll get in your way, or they'll take your kills. I don't even think you get XP for having them when you have them with you. I don't think you get XP if they end up killing stuff for you. I don't think. I could be wrong. Maybe that's something they've changed with the update they did. I don't know. So I pretty much go along the fact that I'm not having anybody with me. And I'd also mention the fact they always want to talk and talk and talk and keep repeating the exact same things over and over and over. And I'm just like, shut up. I didn't even step in it. Oh wait, there it is. Never mind. Okay, well maybe I did. Hello, Clarice. Probably one of the better weapons to use against the undead. Even though... Oh, jeez. Dude, but don't get in my way. So it caught you on fire with the frickin' Dawnstar weapon or whatever it is. It's really helpful against the undead because it'll burn them, and when they die they'll explode and take out other enemies around them.
Your blood will adorn my blade.
It needs to do it, and they get scared too. Or yeah, I don't. Where are you, Clarice? Okay. Yeah, I think, I really do think that they just have other enemies in here now, considering there's a quest in here, because it already showed that I've been through here before. Oh wait, never mind. No, I'm wrong. I would have had to have a key to get in there. So I didn't have a key, so I couldn't do it. So yeah, there's no way that, unless it got locked. Maybe I had been through here and it was open and then it got locked when the quest activated.
That wasn't a fight, it was an execution.
I don't know. But I do know, with the way the Skyrim is, it's supposed to be like, oh, we have these Radiant quests, which pretty much makes the game never-ending. Which pretty much is just the fact, I think, if you take it on a handful of different repeating quests, and there's different enemies in different areas of the world. And obviously, there's random stuff that happens within the game itself, too. Yeah. Yeah, registering serial numbers and whatnot. Yeah, that, jeez.
Bone chimes. Clever. Rigged to wake the Draugr, I bet. Don't blunder into any of them.
Why? We can get XP, dude. If we do that. But, I trust you. I'll leave them alone. I swear, the charging up of this dag-blasted weapon, it irks my daggum nerves. I'm just like, it dies so quickly with its charges. Even though I'm glad that doing these things will give you XP. But it's just irksome. I wonder if the glow helps out any in here. You have to sheath just to be able to bring back the glow to show that the charge is even on there. I guess it doesn't, actually. It definitely is one of the coolest looking weapons in the game. I'm gonna throw you guys up in the air. How you like them apples? With my cyclone. Even though it's not doing as much damage as I would want for it to, it's still doing something. Don't run from me, I'm gonna kill you. Stop running. Right in the back of the head. And of course it made a soul gem. Oh, a skeever. There's another skeever. Oh, I've launched sideways. Oh, there you're. Matter of fact, the new Matrix movie came out at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time this morning, which was like friggin' 3 a.m. my time. I went to bed at like 2:30. I'm like, no, dude. Oh, you're down there? Well, I gotta go in that way, but I'm gonna go down here, so I'm gonna kill you off, and I'm gonna see what I can find. Of course, the Draugr is actually old warriors of the past, but they are dragonborns as well when they do that. And I think maybe you don't actually have enemies that pop up like that until you get the dragon shouts. I think that's exactly what happens, because it's never happened to me otherwise. So it kind of lessens one particular enemy that you would be having to deal with. Alright, man. I appreciate you coming in. I'll chat at you later. Hail, Delnicia. Welcome. Greetings and salutations. I might just start saying that when people come in the chat. I'll be like, hail! Hail, the gangs are here, or all here. What the hell are we? Then again, sometimes I say ahoy. I guess that suffices. What the heck? Sometimes I've noticed that if you put certain things on top of these pedestals, from what I know, I think things happen. I could be wrong, as I saw it in a I love how you just hold down X and then it just drops it. See, look at that. It did something. I gotta remember that. I bet you... I just remembered, I bet anything that thing that I was in, that dungeon that I was in, was what ended up causing me to not be able to progress, because I probably have to put crap on those pedestals. Is it on there? It looks like it is. But what's it doing? Yeah, it was. It was on there. Oh, you sack of horse manure. Well, it didn't seem like it was really doing anything. So I'm not really sure. See, this is retarded. Like, even though you can lift stuff up or move stuff around or drag stuff or whatever, and stuff, return them. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so apparently I was supposed to pick that up to utilize it for something, but there was nothing on there that was showing me that I need to pick that up. And it might be because I haven't activated the quest. That may have been what it was, and I may have missed it. I haven't played Skyrim in a while. Yeah, I mean, I constantly keep going back to it, because this is like the main character that I'm working off of, because I want to have access to everything. I do have another character that I utilize with just mods, but I've just been sticking with like the main base thing, you know, with the updates and all the DLC and all that crap. But I'll have to do something at some point where I'm messing around with mods. Okay, so it was activated, but it wasn't showing me that it was there, that I needed to pick it up. What the heck is that? Bethesda, I think these last two updates that you ended up doing has been faulty. Sometimes you just can't leave well enough alone, can you? You can't just let something be as it's supposed to be. Oh, I think I was already down here. No, this is where I was supposed to go. I really wish, and I know a lot of people have their say-sos about remasters and remakes, but dude, and I know that I think a mod has already been put out for people basically putting Oblivion into Skyrim's engine on PC, but for there to be like a full-blown remake of Oblivion would be great. Or even Morrowind.
Draugr must have been child's play for her.
Put it with modern-day conventions. Because apparently in Morrowind there isn't any fast travel, which would really get on my nerves. Even though I haven't actually played it. I mean, I have it, I started in it, but I haven't actually gotten around to playing it. Apparently it's also, like, pretty challenging, too, I think, which would end up turning me off.
So ends the lesson.
Indeed. Yeah, it's going to point me out towards that way. I'm really not bothering to try to roam around and pick up off of all these corpses, because I already know. Dag blast it. Stop picking up crap that I don't frickin' want. That does get annoying with them constantly doing those dragon shouts, though. They're saying "foos for a dog," but it's coming to like "foos." But they are undead, so I guess it is meant to happen. Dude, where are you? Why are you over here? Like, I don't think this is... Dude, this isn't where we're supposed to go. We came out from this way. What are you doing? He's scared. That's what it is. They're running scared because you hit him with the Dawn Star sword or whatever. Whatever it is. Dude. Way to go. Lay down. Get out of my way. One of the best weapons to have against the undead, I think, even though it takes a little bit to knock down their health. Oh, I already went in there. I don't need any potions of water breathing because I'm Argonian. I automatically breathe underwater. Trying to make sure there's no traps. I know that's a trap. Oh, oops. You know what? I should just leave you in there. Because you'll end up activating these traps.
We're on the right track. She's been through here as well.
Yep, you stepped right on it, didn't you, you friggin' idiot.
Your feeble attempt to hide is insulting. So ends the lesson. That door up ahead looks perfect for hiding an ambush. Be ready.
Well, you were right.
Something's near. Your feeble attempt is insulting.
Oh, look, you froze me. Blew him up, threw him down.
So ends the lesson.
Holy macaroni. I hear the chants. I hear the chants, so that means
Your feeble attempt to hide is
that there is a word of power nearby. And there it is. Hand disarm. So I guess I basically just disarm enemies with it. Which I guess would be pretty helpful. Just one hit. I guess if you wanted to and you got in there, you could just lock the gate behind you and nobody would be able to get in. Yeah, we got one of these.
Ah, it's one of the infamous Nordic puzzle doors.
The heck was
How quaint. Without the matching claw, they're normally impossible to open. Since I'm certain Carlia already did away with it, we're on our own. Fortunately, these doors have a weakness if you know how to exploit it. Quite simple, really. Carlia's close, I'm certain of it. Now let's get moving.
Okay. Well, something happened there.
Do you honestly think your arrow will reach me before my blade finds your heart?
Give me a reason to try.
You're a clever girl, Carlia. Buying Golden Glow Estate and funding Honningbrew Meadery was inspired.
To ensure an enemy's defeat, you must first undermine his allies. That was the first lesson Gallus taught us.
You always were a quick study.
Not quick enough. Otherwise Gallus would still be alive.
Gallus had his wealth and he had you. All he had to do was look the other way.
Did you forget the oath we took as Nightingales? Did you expect him to simply ignore your methods?
Enough of this mindless banter. Come, Carlia. It's time for you and Gallus to become reunited.
I'm no fool, Mercer. Crossing blades with you would be a death sentence. But I can promise the next time we meet, it will be your undoing.
How interesting. It appears Gallus's history has repeated itself. Carlia has provided me the means to get rid of you, and this ancient tomb becomes your final resting place. But do you know what intrigues me the most? The fact that this was all possible because of you. Farewell. I'll be certain to give Brynjolf your regards.
What the heck? Well, we're back at the beginning of the game.
Easy.
Hey, you,
Easy.
wake up.
Don't get up so quickly. How are you feeling? No, I saved your life. My arrow was tipped with a unique paralytic poison. It slowed your heart and kept you from bleeding out. Had I intended to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. My original intention was to use that arrow on Mercer, but I never had a clear shot. I made a split-second decision to get you out of the way, and it prevented your death. Without the antidote I administered, you'd be as still as a statue. I treated your wounds and didn't leave you defenseless. The poison on that arrow took me a year to perfect. I only had enough for a single shot, and yet I used it on you. All I had hoped was to capture Mercer alive. Mercer must be brought before the Guild to answer for what he's done. He needs to pay for Gallus's murder. My purpose in using Snowvale Sanctum to ambush Mercer wasn't simply for irony's sake. Before both of you arrived, I recovered a journal from Gallus's remains. I suspect the information we need is written inside. I wish I knew. The journal is written in some sort of language I've never seen before. Arthur, Gallus's friend at the College of Winterhold. Of course. It's the only outsider Gallus trusted with the knowledge of his Nightingale identity. There were three of us. Myself, Gallus, and Mercer. We were an anonymous splinter of the Thieves Guild in Riften. Perhaps I'll tell you more about it later. Right now, you need to head for Winterhold with the journal and get the translation. Here, take these. They may prove useful for your journey. He was a scholar, a master thief, and a natural leader. Everyone respected him and followed him without question. It was Gallus who inducted me into the Nightingales, and honed my skills to a razor-sharp point. I owe everything to him. We were very close.
I'm sure.
Gallus once said he felt comfortable around me, able to let his guard down. I can't help but think that I'm responsible for what happened to him. Mercer lied to the Guild, branded me a murderer, and slandered my name across his network of contacts. For 25 years I ran, never sleeping in the same place twice and carefully covering my tracks. Mercer doesn't need to die. He needs to feel the cold sting of fate as his life crumbles in front of him and he's hunted by the Guild. I can promise you, if it comes to that, and my back's to the wall, I won't hesitate. I'm afraid not. There are preparations to make, and Gallus's remains to lay to rest. I promise to join you there as soon as I can. Remember, speak only to Anther. Trust no one else.
Okie dokie.
Please, there isn't much time. What is it?
Oh, poor horsey. It'd be great if it automatically activated it and then you just chose to do it later. To unactivate it. Let's see here. Check something real quick. Check something here. Well,
how come you're in Winterhold? My pa says people like you are the reason no one lives here anymore.
well, your pa's a jerk off. Just shoot me over there. I don't even know why in the world it didn't even show me to go there first. They were just bothering to show me it was the town itself, not the actual college.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Oh my gosh.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose.
What the heck, y'all?
Still,
What the?
there's always room for improvement.
Y'all are all up in my face.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Okay, that was weird.
Can I help you with anything else? Oh, no, that won't do at all.
Were y'all just
Not my
waking up or
problem.
something?
Not even a little. Take it to Tolf, dear. He's supposed to be looking after you lot. Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. Advise against it. Theft and assault can get you into trouble as well. As for research, well, a sufficient explanation will cover almost anything. If you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college grounds.
All right.
All right, let's not overdo it.
Let's not overdo it.
Meet me in my quarters.
Knows how to get things. Wait a minute, dude. Hang on a second.
Carlia. Then she's finally found it. Do you have Gallus's journal? No problem. Let me see it. No, this is just like
Just
Gallus.
pops up in his hands.
A dear friend, but always too clever for his own good. He's written all of the text in the Falmer language. No. However, I know someone who might. The court wizard of Markarth, Calselmo, may have the materials you need to get this journal translated. Word of warning. Calselmo is a fierce guardian of his research. Getting the information won't be easy. He was a dear friend of mine, and a surprisingly astute pupil of academia. Devastated when he was killed. I suppose that risk always coexisted with his line of work. I just never thought his luck would run out. For the thrill, of course. He was quite clear that he felt more in his element climbing through a window rather than hunched over a dusty tome. Yes, quite an amusing anecdote, actually. I caught him trying to break into my laboratory. I was about to show him the error of his ways when he made a curiously astute comment about my research notes. I was astounded, and in turn it led to a conversation. Who would have imagined it would lead to such a strong friendship? Besides the fact that there are only a handful of people in Tamriel that even recognize the language, I'm fairly certain he was planning some sort of a heist that involved a deep understanding of the Falmer language. Sadly, we never had the opportunity to speak about the details. Ironically, I pointed him in the same direction I pointed you, to Markarth and Calselmo. I'm only hoping whatever means he used to learn the language will still be available to you. In the time before man, they were known as the Snow Elves.
Yep.
They lived in the sunlight and had a very prosperous society. Like the Altmer? Yes, I would say their culture quite possibly rivaled our own. The Nords went to war with the Falmer in the First Era, killed them by the thousands to drive them from their snowy homeland. The Falmer retreated underground and forged an uneasy alliance with the dwarves who ended up betraying them. This betrayal made them what they are now, horrible, blind monstrosities with a burning hatred of any but their own kind.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like the elves in Lord of the Rings. How some of them had gotten corrupted, or like the orcs, and I think the orcs and goblins that Sauron brought forth was actually from elven DNA or something like that, but it's twisted and corrupted.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Forgive me. I've lost several close friends to the Falmer, and it tends to distort my view. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome on the subject. Should be on my table.
Let me see something.
In the time
here.
before man, they were like the Altmer, the Nords, the Falmer. This betrayal made them what they are now. Why shouldn't I?
Okay, here we
the
go.
Falmer have killed more than a fair share of my acquaintances. They're animals. They show absolutely no pity or remorse. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome.
I'll go back
In the
to
time
it again
before man, like the Altmer, the Nord, the Falmer. This betrayal made them what they... Good, I lost more than a few acquaintances to the Falmer, and I wish to see them avenged. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome on the subject. Should be on my table.
Alrighty. Let's see here. I don't think anything else is popping up there, but... Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I need to go ahead and end the stream. I gotta head to work in a couple hours or so, but I'm gonna go ahead and get something to eat and chill out for a bit before I head into work. But I'll be back tonight after work, maybe stream this for a little bit, and may do a little bit more streaming tomorrow, since tomorrow starts my vacation, and there'll be some more streaming happening after that, probably later on in the evening hours. But anyways, I appreciate everybody checking out the live version and the archive version, and I will go ahead and end this like I always do. Later taters. Wait a second. Somebody say something? Oh, yeah, Donicia. Peace. Adios.